There we go. Hello, friends. How are we?
Good.
So Safari sucks, huh?
Wonderful.
Safari sucks.
Oh, I love Apple. Apple doesn't make any mistakes. With the perfect company.
Yes, they do. Yes, they do. They are. Yeah, look, as much as I love that company, and this is going to be fun because this is going to kind of segue into what I want to talk about today. So, everybody here knows that I'm an avid Apple user. Oh my God, bro. Apples everywhere. I feel like I should be eating apples because that lowers down your blood pressure. But for some reason, I feel like apples recently have been upping my blood pressure. So that's good. That's good stuff. Wow. So, but Google Chrome worked, but Safari didn't.
Perfectly. One shot. But I thought it's no way that it's the browser. That's the first thing I thought. I was like, no way.
I know what your problem is. It's a setting on Safari. It's a domain blocker for Safari. I'll show you how to disable it later on. It's the way that this is making too many probe connections to the server, so it doesn't communicate back with Safari, but Safari keeps trying to send data, which is why we could see you, but you can't see us. It's not receiving the data, it's only sending it. Anyway.
Yeah, that's why I disabled the firewall as well. I thought it maybe was something like that.
You're not running Vault encryption, are you?
No.
Okay. All right. Okay. So, how's everybody doing? Good?
Good.
Let's do this. I feel like we have too much space going on between us, so we are going to try something. I dislike this look greatly, but let me see.
Now we understand the pains paid feels.
Well, Paid has one picture. I mean, it's not three different.
What? You guys are so tiny in the corner there. Hi.
Hi, Dad.
Okay.
Wouldn't that be funny if the voices got smurfed as well?
That's better. Okay, now we take up the whole screen. Jordan, you have to center yourself. You have to move to your left. There you go. Yep, a little bit more to your right. Come on, you see yourself. Stop fucking around. It's like a mug shot. Perfect. You're too zoomed in. You could zoom out a little because we're not going to see the rest of your room. Okay, that's... There you go. Okay, that's too zoomed out. Right there. You see the top of your monitor. Let's see. Now you got to pitch. You look too tiny. Yep. Can it move down? Oh, that's good. That's good. That's close enough. Does it feel weird to you?
No, it always feels weird to me to look at myself for a couple of hours.
Oh, does it? Oh, wow. Don't look at yourself. Yes. Look at me then. It's all right. I'm going to break up the monotony.
Oh, this is way better. Way better.
Okay. All right. Here we go. Let's talk about it. First video, reactions. We love doing these. I like doing them. So let's go here. Gotta get you guys in the corners here. Let's put Jorn. Oh, you even changed your name here.
Dropping the beans.
Oh, thank you, thank you, thank you. You're killing me with this fucking name, bro. You're gonna have to let that shit go eventually. Thank you, Jenna. Thank you so much. Thank you, Alicia. Thank you, Lance. Let's get it. So this video here, nobody has seen this, right?
I don't think so. No.
Okay. Matthew?
Which is odd.
Now? Okay, so let me just play it. All right, here we go.
Pardon? I want 100% evidence that Jesus raised from the dead, because if you cannot give me that, then that makes the Bible incredible.
Ma'am, I don't base my life on 100% proof.
Well, maybe that's your problem.
Oh, you do? You base your life on 100% proof?
Yes.
Oh, really?
That's why I'm skeptical of everything.
Really? So that means you take a chemistry kit to the pharmacy, and when the pharmacist hands you that bottle of medicine, you chemically analyze it to make sure there's no poison in there, right?
That's why I don't take
unless you have 100% proof, you would never dare take that pill and put it in your mouth, because maybe the pharmacist put poison in there.
Yes, I don't base it on 100%.
Right, thank you. So don't tell me you base your life on 100% proof. You don't. None of us do. It's not possible. You can't. You can't do that.
Sorry. All right.
You can't do that, man. Pardon?
He's good. I like him.
So,
I've seen a couple of videos of him.
oh, have you? So it's interesting because we were talking about this yesterday about how I base everything off of proof. But I'm the opposite, right? I'm not an atheist. So that's an atheist saying that, we're assuming that she's atheist and saying that she wants 100% evidence. And then my argument to that is I do believe in Jesus and I do have proof. But it's funny how that could be spun the other way. And then it made me wake up yesterday and say, okay, maybe I don't need 100% proof. See how easy it is for me to change my mind one way, Matthew? Maybe you should take a fucking note. Because we fought about this. You don't remember fighting about it? I do. I remember fighting about this and that I needed, and then Buckeye coming in, he goes, oh, you don't need proof you love Jesus or you don't love Jesus. So, yeah, what do you want to say about this? What do you think?
You
Do
can't
you need
live your life that
100%?
way.
Do you need 100% proof to realize something is real?
No.
So you essentially could believe in something without seeing it.
It's going to be difficult seeing, but that's proof for me, not for everyone. Evidence would be for other people, not for myself. I experienced it. But then it comes back to how do you prove you're in love with someone or you're good friends with someone. To prove that to an external person is very difficult. So you don't have 100% proof.
But you know it. So it's
I
proof.
know, but it's my evidence.
Right, but it's proof to you.
Yeah. Yeah, but that's not enough for other people to prove it to them.
Right, but your actions that you do with your significant other will prove to other people why you need to do this is irrelevant. But the way you react to your significant other would show people that you love her based off your actions. No, so they would kind of have some.
But then they have
proof.
to spend time.
Sure,
Yeah,
you're going to need
have to have time.
Sure,
and it could be faked as well.
Yeah, you could be doing it for
Also
pussy. You
true.
could be doing it for money. You could be doing it for other reasons. I just think that's a good video because, and it made me open my eyes a little bit, saying, "Okay, maybe I don't need proof." I just really want to point out how I'm better than you, Matthew. How I'm willing.
That was the whole.
I just want to point it out that I'm willing to change my own mind. Based off of one video.
Job done.
No. That's not how that works. That's not how that works. But whatever. I thought that was a good video and I wanted to share that. Okay.
It is. He's had a couple more. The one where the guy goes, okay, you got to be Christian because you're born in the U.S. He says, "Oh, that's very judgmental." I like that one as well. It's the same professor. I assume he's a professor.
Yeah. He's a professor. Yeah, he does religious.
Very good.
You get academic. You could study religion. I can't remember what it is, but yeah, it's good. So this one, we're about ready to take a change and go from 0 to 100 really fucking quick. Because you know who we're gonna talk about? Get ready for this. This is big, bro. This is big. And I didn't even know this, and I know a lot about Mr. 88. You know who I'm talking about?
Oh.
What is
yeah.
88? What is 88?
Yeah.
Hitler, right? Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I knew a lot, but I bet you that you didn't know this. This is fucking good, bro. This is good. Good find, Jay. Thanks, Jay. High five, Jay.
I'm
Nice
interested
looking out.
in this.
Sweet. No, this is good, bro. I had to look this up and dig to find this. Did you know that Hitler believed in God?
Oh, it's always been told in history that he was an atheist, right?
You
Wasn't
ready
that
for
one
this?
of-
Sure. You ready for this? Okay. Here we go.
Probably not.
This is about ready to blow your
A
face.
young Adolf Hitler, unknown to the world, foot soldier, comes out of a tent or a little hut, no gun. He comes out with no gun. An English soldier has a rifle, and young Adolf Hitler says, "Don't shoot me, I'm unarmed." And the man said, for a split second, I thought, I'm gonna kill him anyway, he's the enemy. But he said, I didn't like the morality of killing an unarmed man. I let him go. That was Adolf Hitler. 1939, guess what happens? That man feels guilty every day. Adolf Hitler keeps that man's picture, calls him on his birthday annually. No joke. Thanks to the man, and Hitler perceived that in the conscious mind is proof that God was on his side. He saw himself as a God warrior, and he had proof. If he was on the show, Adolf Hitler would have said, what do you mean? I could have been shot. The Englishman, the hand of God came down and said, I have a special purpose for this man. A young Adolf Hitler.
How about that spin? How about that spin? Yo.
That's
Okay, first off, I did not know that story. I have never,
Nope.
and it's true. Like, you can look this up. The Englishman wrote a whole bunch of shit. A British dude wrote a bunch of stuff on it to validate it, and that's how the story was found. And Hitler would, like, give him cars and money and... What?
I don't know where they got the atheist thing from then.
the actions
We
maybe.
have to talk about this. How is that story never been told?
Because you have to make him the ultimate bad guy. So you humanize him then again. If he believes in a god, you humanize him. So if you also have him put the label on him that he is an atheist, that's even better now. Because he's godless and he's a monster. Easier to hate.
Or you make it so certain groups, certain factions have more of a claim on
Right, we're not
He was
justifying what he did to say it was right or wrong. Okay, we're not. I do want to say this, and I don't want to make him an anti-hero or anti-villain. In war, people die. Hold on. Yeah. Not really. You're how much longer till you're done? Let me know in 20 minutes then when you're done with the backyard. Okay. So when you look at Hitler, right, and in war traditionally over time is people always die. You have Stalin. It's even worse than Hitler when we're talking about sheer numbers. But when you hear that story, it kind of humanizes him, makes him.
That would be one of the reasons why you wouldn't want that to come out.
So he just has to be a bad guy because of what he did.
Yes.
Nothing
You have to have black and
positive
white.
at all. Yeah, all the inventions that
Yes.
we use that the Nazis created, all of them. Where do you want to go? I could give you a list. You want to go with Volkswagen and Porsche? Because every single Volkswagen that was made was because of Hitler. So I don't Porsche. What's his name? Johnson Porsche. I can't remember his first name. For anybody who doesn't know, Hitler hired him to make cars for all of his people. Porsche, what Porsche is today. And that's when Volkswagen was formed, and he made the first car, the Beetle. And people in America didn't want to buy it because it was in the 50s just coming out, and they just kept pushing. Think smart, and they just kept pushing. And eventually they are what they are today. And then they bought Porsche, Lamborghini, and all this stuff, even with all the scandals. But so there's that's just one invention. Like that's just one. That's one. So when you just go down the line, so what we do then as humans is we take him and we make him the bad guy because of what he did, regardless of all the good that he did.
Mm-hmm.
That's
And it also works the other way around.
And that seems fair, though?
But that also works the other way around.
Makes the victor
good-
a bigger hero.
No, I'm not saying that. It just, if you eliminate the good that the bad party does, it's the other way around as well. You now remove all the bad stuff the supposedly good guy
Oh,
has done
like
during the war
it
as
makes
well.
it makes the victor a bigger hero, or look like a bigger
Yeah.
hero.
Right,
And
but
it's the same
so, but
thing
you
with
could
the
do
with the
good.
smokestack.
But you could do good your whole life. Yeah, you could do good your whole life. You can do one bad thing and it destroys everything that you built. We've heard this saying: you
True.
can build something in 25 years and destroy it in 25 seconds. So
Yeah.
it's like the bad, no matter what, always outweighs the good. Always. In any case, you could be a Christian your whole life, and God forbid you take someone's life.
You're always held more accountable for the bad stuff you do than for the good stuff you do.
Yeah,
And
you're more
people
likely to get scolded.
remember the bad stuff. They don't remember you helping them, you doing good stuff. That's okay. Yeah, back in the day he did something, but the bad
Yeah.
stuff,
And
however,
then
people want to remember it.
keep in mind, he's only the bad guy because he lost.
Oh yeah.
Well, he wouldn't be able to be the bad guy if he won, right? Because you don't get to speak
Mhm.
like that. Your freedom, as you know it, is. I find it so fat. Like, I've never heard that story, and I know a lot about Hitler, and I've never heard that. Never.
Me neither. I was
That-
so convinced that he was atheist.
It's not the only thing. Like the Allied forces, I seem to remember I maybe talked about this before. So Auschwitz, 14 days, around 14 days before the Allied forces retook Auschwitz and freed everybody, there were surveyor photos taken, pictures taken of the encampment. And in those pictures, you could see a building with a roof, flat roof, nothing on it. And the pictures that were taken by the Allied forces, it was just storage. All of a sudden, there were chimneys on it, and they were labeled as gas chambers, which they really weren't. But it makes
Really?
it look better. Yep. Yep.
I think I heard that before. I got a question. This kind of sidetrack. If we were the Allied forces and their Axis, are they allied in their mind and everybody else's Axis? Or do they consider themselves Axis forces?
I'd say Axis, no?
You know, because
Yeah.
Axis is bad, Allied is good. So in their
Depends
mind,
on
they
point of
were
view.
allied. That's what I'm saying. Did they consider? Because even if you play a game, right, and you play the German forces, you're Axis, and if you play American, you're Allied, and if you play Russian, you don't know what the fuck you are. If you it's a good. I think it's a good question. Are they?
Yeah.
Did Hitler consider himself Axis forces?
Allied forces are the liberating force, right?
Right.
So he would be
I
the
know.
aggressor,
But-
or
But in his mind, he is liberating, right? It's his mindset. I'm gonna go liberate that country.
the rest of
And
you.
now we may see different opinions and say, well, that's not liberating. You're taking over. But it kind of is.
But when that definition, would that definition only work if, like, let's say, as long as he would have stayed in Germany, he could have used the definition, "I'm liberating my own country." But
Which
as soon
he-
as you pass the border, you're an attacker.
No, that's not true. If you have the mindset, I want to save the world,
right,
you
then
think
your
you're
idea is
sent by God.
right. I think that whole God thing is blowing my mind about Hitler, bro. Everything
too.
that I've read, everything was no God. Everything.
Atheist.
And then when you read
Hardcore.
these letters from Hitler to this British soldier, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know what to make of this. This is fucking crazy. Like, this is wild.
I agree with, but in his mind, he was the good guy. Otherwise, if you have an ounce of,
So why kill the Jews? Why kill the Jews? All right, why put them in a camp? Why do the death camp? What?
Because you're convinced they're the enemy.
big part
I
of it,
guess the goal is to destroy the enemy. I mean, even World War II with us dropping a bomb in Japan. But that's because they just would not surrender. Let's be clear. And you did attack our land. So,
and with the Jews, a big part of it, they had most of the money behind the scenes, like they still do, like they still have. Behind the scenes, they were the bankers and the grocery shop owners and the butchers and the people owed a lot of regular German people owed money to Jews. That's why it went so. It was more acceptable and it went easy when the Jews were labeled the enemy, because if you owe a lot of money to one and he disappears, meh.
so interesting, bro. Finding out that Hitler believed in God. Was it the same kind of God that we know? Who knows? But that could be a sign of
probably
weakness,
Christian
right? I'm not
God.
gonna tell. I want people to believe that I don't believe in God. You know what I mean? I want them to think that I think that I am God.
Mm.
I mean, it didn't work out for him, clearly, but it did for a
In the
little
end-
bit. It did for a little bit.
And there was a lot of innovation. If you saw the buildings and everything,
I mean, the cars, the weaponry, the silverware. I mean,
jet planes.
Well,
It was
it
yeah,
only
he
fell
invented
apart
them. The
because he got
Germans
sick.
invented a turbine that they planned to use in the war. It was just a little too late. Just a little
Yeah.
too late.
Imagine them being quicker with that. And you'd have prop planes going up to
What's crazy?
against.
Oh, forget about it. You would just need one jet plane. That's it. It's over, and then everything else is there's no dogfights. You know what's crazy is when you look at the beginning of World War II, and you look at the tanks. The very beginning of World War II, the tanks are bad. Okay, they're really bad, and what they managed to accomplish in 2 years. And that's not just Germany. That's everyone. That's Russia, Britain, America. The amount of jobs that had to put out there to create those and build those. Holy cow, bro!
When
There's
the
just
need
nobody
is
want-
high,
Determination.
I just want Twitch and YouTube to understand that I'm not siding with Hitler. Okay, I'm just there's more to the story than what you think you know. Okay.
well, it goes to show that in a country, if the need is high and you can rally people behind something, you can accomplish a lot of stuff in a small amount of time.
I got a good one. I don't know if you guys are going to like this. It's military related, but I think it's good. Unless you guys want to talk more about this and we just get our channel banned. So we're going to have to cover that down over in AP or something. Okay, so here's another one. This one's fun. So U.S. soldier defends...
yeah.
Oh, you seen this? I thought it was good.
Yeah, this is good.
Yeah, it's good. The tough guy.
Go back to China. It's not China. We're not talking her. Go back to China. It's not China. We're not.
Look, your army outfit doesn't mean nothing. You want to do hand-to-hand combat outside? Let me know anytime you want.
Okay, turn the camera off. Let's go
Anytime
outside.
you want.
Turn the camera off. Let's go outside.
Anytime you want.
Turn the
Let's
camera
go.
off. Let's go outside.
Let's go.
Come on. Turn the camera off. Let's go outside.
I want to point out that this guy is he's a master jumper. He is an officer. He is I will say this, it is unbecoming of an officer, but I absolutely would promote this guy in a second if I was his higher echelon. Just, anybody that's military, look at his left chest when they shoot. This guy is stacked, bro. Combat patches, he'll fuck you up.
You want to do hand-to-hand
Yeah,
combat?
hand-to-hand
Let's do
combat.
something. Come on.
Hand-to-hand combat.
Come on. Let's go.
You sure?
Yeah, I'm sure.
You ain't gonna do it.
Nah, come on. Let's go outside.
You're all talk.
Come on.
You're all talk,
Let's go
buddy.
outside. Come on.
You're all talk.
Put the camera down.
You're all talk.
Put the camera down.
You're gonna call the cops. They hit you.
No. No, go ahead.
You're gonna call the cops.
Go ahead and hit
So he's got jump wings.
me. You said you want to do hand-to-hand
You're
combat.
gonna call the cops.
I'm right here. Come on.
Call the cops.
Come on.
Call
He's got a combat action badge, jump wings, and halo.
the cops.
Look. Asians do a lot for this country, all right? Don't call her a communist
Don't
about
tell me
being
what
in
to
China,
do.
okay?
Don't ever tell me what to do.
Okay?
Don't ever tell me
right
what
now.
to do in my country.
Okay?
Don't ever tell me what to do in my country.
Why are you backing up? You scared?
Step back.
You scared? I'm not. It's a free
Okay.
country, right? You don't know what not to do anything in your
That's
country. Okay, cool.
That's right.
Look, I knew you were scared. It's cool.
Scared of you?
You talking to her?
See, now he said, come outside, let's do hand-to-hand combat. I'm outside, let's do it. He's not going to throw the first punch. Absolutely not. He's a warrant officer, by the way. Yeah.
Smart enough to get started.
Yeah.
I really like his relaxed stance.
Just cool. Let's go. Let's get it.
The whole walk.
Because he
Very
knows.
relaxed.
It's like, let me exude confidence. I know I can kick your ass, so let's go outside. Come.
You'd be
Come on.
surprised how many people are like this against the U.S. military now. You'd be surprised.
Really?
Oh, yeah. Oh, you see a lot of that shit. Not so much around the military base, more... more liberal areas. If you're in uniform and you go to, let's just say you're on your way to a base. On the outskirts of a base, people usually dislike you greatly because you're in their town and they feel a certain type of way. I thought this was a good video. I was hoping he was going to kick the ever-loving shit out of him, but that didn't happen.
It was weird. It looked like it was black on black there.
Black on... No, the guy holding the camera's white. He's a chubby white guy.
His hands looked...
Oh, did it? Did it? It looked white to me.
It
Come on.
looked... Okay.
Kind of more
Maybe it's
color
just
than
me.
white.
Go back to China. It's not China. We're not.
Look, your army.
No, he's white.
Yeah. It was
Well,
outside that
he's
it
a-
looked
he's a-
weird.
He's a fatty, too, because look at... You can't even see his first index knuckle, so he's a fucking meatball. Yeah.
Well, he's out of breath from talking. That's a clean giveaway.
Look, if you tell me a sentence and you're winded, you don't want to do hand-to-hand combat. And that is true. You see that in movies, that you will be charged with deadly weapons if you fight and you hurt somebody. It's just, it is that is factual. It's been proven. It's happened. So...
What stood out to me as well was he told the officer, in my country, you cannot tell me.
Oh,
what
he
to
said
do."
that? I didn't hear that.
Yeah.
It doesn't mean nothing.
Yeah.
You want to do hand-to-hand combat outside? Let me know anytime you want.
Okay, turn the camera off. Let's go
Anytime
outside.
you want.
He's got a little list.
Anytime you want.
Turn the
Let's
camera
go.
off. Let's go outside.
Let's go.
Yeah, I hear the list. Let's go. Let's go.
Turn the camera off. Let's go outside. You want to do hand-to-hand
Yeah,
combat?
hand-to-hand
Let's do
combat.
something. Come on.
Hand-to-hand
This is where he gets nervous because he actually sees him going outside.
combat.
Come on. Let's go.
You sure?
Yeah, I'm sure.
You ain't gonna do it.
Huh.
Come on. Let's go outside.
You're all talk.
Come on.
You're all talk,
Let's go
buddy.
outside. Come on.
You're all talk.
Put the camera down.
You're all talk.
He's fucking winded for walking 10 feet.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Camera down.
You're gonna call the cops. They hit you.
No. No, go ahead.
You're gonna call the cops.
Go ahead and hit me. You said you want to do hand-to-hand
You're
combat?
gonna call the cops.
I'm right here. Come on.
Call the cops.
Come on.
He even shows his last name and everything. Yeah, that's a legit warrant officer. CW3.
Call the cops.
Look. Asians.
Yeah, it's either wearing a mask. I don't know, but that's a recent video too. Okay. All right. So you
I
sent me...
thought that's was kind of slowing down because I, as far as I remember, there was a rise of racism against Asian people in the States during the COVID thing.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. It was really bad. Really bad. Oh, this is 15 minutes. You want me to cover the whole thing?
No.
Wow. What timestamp? Oh, just summary. Okay.
Yeah. Well, it is good all along. So.
Okay. So
Just-
we'll do this then. Okay, that's fine. Gives us more content. This. Jordan's missing.
I'm still here.
What is that? Okay. That's good. All right.
Reacting to woke TikToks, and this time we are focusing on, I like to pick a theme for the woke TikToks that we react to.
This is a man, by the way. I'm just putting it out there for anybody that finds her attractive.
This one is dating preferences are transphobic.
So if the only reason you don't want to date someone boils down to the fact that they're trans, that's transphobia right there. Let's go over a couple of situations. So if you don't want to date a trans woman because you want kids, well, you better be keeping that same attitude with cis women who are infertile, or that's transphobic.
Often they do. Like, I think not being able to have kids is a deal breaker in dating for a lot of people, actually. So I don't know what world you're living in, clearly a little demented world of your own. But I think that is a deal breaker for a lot of people. Am I tripping?
It's transphobia. If you don't want to date a trans woman because you're not attracted to trans women, I would absolutely love to know how you're able to identify correctly who is a trans woman on site 100% of the time, because that is just impressive. I wish.
How is that even the argument? So I'm trans, and oftentimes I can't necessarily clock a trans man because a lot of them look very passable. But once I learn that they're trans, my attraction does disappear. That's not me trying to be a bad person. That's not me trying to be like whatever. It's just.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to agree. Once you find out that somebody is, I don't know about that. What's your guys' take on that?
She's a trans, so she's allowed to say that, but I kind of have to agree with her. I can see it. Like, even a trans person not wanting to be with the opposite of what they like.
But it doesn't make you transphobic. It just means that
you don't like it. It's not your thing. Yeah.
So if it's not transphobic, it's what then? Trans. It's something trans.
Yeah, but this is the same logic. See, the same logic goes this way, Jay. If I wouldn't, I'm straight. I wouldn't want to date a gay guy. Am I now homophobic for not wanting to date a
No,
gay
because
guy?
that's your sexual preference, right? I think that's
it's
different.
The same.
Is it though? Is it? Because I don't think it is. Because if they're a trans woman, like Blair White, okay, that to me that's a woman. She could tell me she has a penis all day. Okay, fine. You have a penis. I would not date her, not because she's a trans man. I don't know. I never been put in that situation, but it doesn't make me transphobic because I'm not scared of them. What would it make me then? It's not sexual preference because she looks like a woman.
Isn't it?
I don't know. I'm not sure. That's what I'm asking. I don't know.
If that were a complete and real woman, natural woman, let's leave it at that.
What happened in 90 Day Fiancé with the Russian guy?
Yes.
Same deal. He couldn't get it up anymore once he found out the truth.
So we watched the show 90 Day Fiancé. Let me know when he's done or what he needs, Brie, if you could handle it. I don't have time.
I have no idea. He hasn't done anything so far.
What do you mean?
Like, they're just trying to set up a ladder, gave up setting the ladder, now he's doing something else with the garage door. I don't know what he's doing.
Okay. So Brie brought up a good point. Watch this thing on 90 Day Fiancé, and it's a Moldovan guy, and he's with a dude that is trying to do their best to look like a woman. They've got the surgery. And when he tries to knock the boots with it, the problem is once he realizes that this is a man, and they've been together for years, but when it comes to sex, he just can't do it. He gets limp the second he tries to, because he knows, that it's a man. So I don't know why you're still with that person then if you if you don't knock the boots. We all realize that you can't. If you're in a relationship, you have to have sex with your partner. You have to. I mean, it's kind of like comes with the territory.
It's 80% of a relationship.
I don't know if that's transphobic. It might be just sexual preference. Okay, whatever.
Just like, yeah, I'm not attracted to that. To some people, to a lot of people, the trans part itself is what is unattractive in a romantic partner. Not unattractive as a friend, not unattractive to have someone in your family, not like hateful. It's just like, for a community that has a reputation of being sex pests, why are we...
I'm sorry, what? What's a sex pest?
Yeah. Sex pest.
What's a sex pest? I don't know what that is. Does anybody know?
A pest?
So old.
So do I. I don't know what that means. Sex pest? I got nothing, bro. I got absolutely nothing.
He's still talking about, if you don't date me, you hate me. And that's such a weird, like, incel, like, virgin, never been laid, never been kissed, never had interactions with the opposite sex. I bet money, first of all, that this person's attracted to women. It's probably like pressuring lesbians to have sex. But it's just like, for a community that has a reputation of being sex pests,
what is a sex pet?
I found it.
What is it?
Sex
What is it?
pest. A person whose mind is filled with filth will take every opportunity to turn the most innocent of conversation situations into sordid sex fest. Yep, that's me. Yep, that's...
Okay, all right. So I think we're all sex pests here.
Oh, yes.
which really sucks for those of us that aren't. Right? Like, if you're an actual trans woman, you're on medication that actually gives you no sex drive. Like, actual trans women are not on camera talking about, date me, you're transphobic, fuck me, you're transphobic. They don't even have sex drives. I can't. These people drive me fucking nuts.
I wish I had that ability. I'd love to be able to have even more.
What do you want me to do? This guy is texting me, and I have to go downstairs. So, can you guys hold your own? Yeah, okay. I'm gonna do this. You guys hold your own. I'll be back in.
Good luck.
You know, murder is illegal, right?
Yeah, you can no longer go, Joe. Yeah, but I don't describe to the fact that, oh, I don't like a certain thing, so now you get the label that you hate it. No.
Yeah, but what happened with, oh, you're fat. Oh, I'm 300 pounds. I like you, John. I'm a 300-pound woman. You have to date me, and if you don't, you're fat phobic.
Yeah. Now you're forcing that upon me. How is that a good thing?
Yeah. And that only seems to work in those people's advantage, not the other way around.
Minorities.
Because you have to be mindful and you have to respect their feelings and what they want. Yeah, but then it's not a two-way street.
No, because you're a majority.
Yeah.
A minority can always dictate the majority to change or force it if it's vocal enough.
But
and if you don't do it, then it's hate crime. I don't know. It's one kind of phobic, which I do not agree with. It's to me, I can kind of see the Blair White. That at first glance, that looks like a woman. The guy who was talking, that's a guy. You could try lowering your voice, making it high pitch. You're a dude. It didn't take me long to immediately it registered you're a dude.
And an ugly one.
And the fact that now you try to change from man to female, and you were probably lonely as a guy and tried to change now to female, and the situation hasn't changed. You're still lonely and bitter and angry. That's not my fault. That's you. It's probably because you have a shitty personality. It wasn't external. It's just you're a horrible human being to be around.
Yeah. And then, it didn't
Maybe
work out
change
for
that.
you tried to change it up, and it didn't work.
Yeah. But that's not Jay's fault. And Jay's fault. And how would that be our fault in general? How would I'm not convinced that you are a certain thing. Now it's my fault. My perception tells me you're a dude.
Yeah, man, it's going off of feelings, and I'm
No,
liable to
that's
hurt
not.
one of the minority
That's
feelings.
not feelings.
And
That's not feelings, Matthew. I'm going off of my perception. My brain tells
no,
me you're looking
I mean
at
the
a dude that
minority.
makes-
Once you start
Oh, yeah.
catering to
The other way around.
feelings of a minority, you're going the wrong way.
Yes, I see that.
It's
I see
not
that.
even
But I don't.
It's feelings.
Yeah, but
Wait, what are we talking about? We were talking about facts and feelings. What's the argument?
Well, the premise was, Jay, that I do not like the idea of the trans person changes, and because you turned on the video, my first reaction in the back of my brain was that was a dude that looks like a woman. So if my brain perceives you that way, I immediately go, I'm not attracted to you because you look like a dude. You maybe talk a little feminine, but you're still a dude. So now that I'm not attracted to you, now I'm some kind of phobic. No, you're not what I prefer.
But what was the argument of
That
fact
doesn't make-
versus feel? What is that? But okay, so using your argument, looking at that, seeing the dude on the left and the chick on the right, you're attracted to the chick on the right, you're not attracted to the dude on the left. I agree. But the question is, now that you know that person is a trans man, would you in fact date that individual? Blair White in this
No,
case.
not if I have the choice. But I don't see that me as being hateful. It's my preference now that I know.
But what preference?
Have
The argument that it's a preference is if it looks like a woman. Let's just say that Blair White's got a vagina. Does that change anything?
Yeah,
Knowing
that does.
Okay, all right, fair enough. Okay, fair enough. So you would then date Blair White if they had a vagina. It's the penis that holds you back itself.
Yes,
No, it's the thought
for me
of
at least.
it was a man.
No, because I don't perceive it that anymore.
You don't see that.
I mean,
you only know that in the back of your mind. That's like Matthew. You're with a woman. You're with a woman, right? And your ex cheats on you. Okay, and I'm sure this has happened to you. You've had a significant other that you were with. You cheated on. You managed to stay together, right? You tried to work through it. No, okay. You try your best to let that go. I mean, you don't. Obviously, it's not healthy that she did it. Number one, and then it's not healthy for you to hold on to that. So you have to let that go, or you have to do your best. Maybe in this case scenario, you know that they're a man, but you don't visually see it. It's like seeing somebody that's attractive and they're mentally broken.
Yeah,
I'm gonna sound shallow here. I will fuck the shit out of somebody that is a psychopath. I'm just saying. If I don't give a shit, what's wrong with your fucking mind? If you look the part,
I completely
that's
see
also
your
a big difference.
Hold on, John. I see a sensitive subject here. Let's get it.
I completely see your take on it, and and I can get with that. For me, it's just in the back of my mind, knowing that's a man.
But what about the ex that cheated on you, though?
Vagina, fake
okay,
tits,
but what about the
and
ex
it
that
looks
cheated
like-
on you? You knew that she fucked another man. You don't think that that's worse? You were not adequate enough of a man, and she had sex with another man. Whether or not it was right or wrong is irrelevant. The fact is that she still did you dirty, and you tried to be the better person and stay with her. I think that's a whole lot fucking worse than me coming out of the gate saying, listen, just want to let you know I was born George. Okay. I know this is all nice. It's just that so do you have a penis? No. You have a vagina. Can I see it? Okay, that looks nice. How much lube do we have to use? Not that much? Okay, I'm in. Let's get it. I could throw, I don't know. That's a good question. I don't know if I would be able to just throw that away.
Like
I don't know.
Like
I don't
you
know.
said, the cheating stays in the back of your mind, and
Sure.
eventually
Forever.
it didn't work
Forever.
out because that's still in the back of your mind. You're not able
Sure.
forgive and forget. That's a hard thing, and then each time they're 5 minutes late or whatever, you go to the
You
same
always
thing,
think,
and
yep,
eventually
yep,
it
yep.
doesn't work anymore.
Sure. Agree. But you still attempt and try. So as the argument is, would you attempt and try with someone that is, for lack of better terms, a full-blown woman? I don't know why they call themselves, we've talked about this, you're not a trans woman if you're all a woman. You got to let that go. Just say you're a woman. Blair White can say that because you've transitioned into half a woman. You know, you got the boobs, you got the body, you got the ass, you got the thighs, you just got a penis. You're a she-male.
To answer Chris's question, yes, it would, because I would kick it out. Because
man.
Yeah, that's betrayal since the start. Because the first thing you should do,
not if you're
a trans woman, is tell the guy, listen, this is what is up.
I don't believe you.
They lied from you from the start. You wouldn't want to know.
There's you ever seen the movie Twilight Zone, the movie?
Mm-hmm.
Have you seen Tales from the Dark Side, the movie? Okay.
Yes.
So you know at the end with the black girl that turns into an alien? So let me tell you a story. I'm going to ruin it, but that's okay. No one's going to buy it anyway. It's like $3.99, but I'm going to ruin the story. This guy's walking, comes out of a bar. Okay. Comes out of a bar and everybody's drunk. It's 3 o'clock in the morning. And this, you know what a gargoyle is? A gargoyle comes down and kills one of the people for whatever reason. And the one guy's a witness. And the gargoyle says, you never, ever, ever repeat this thing ever again. What you see tonight, it never leaves your mouth. And he goes on, right? He leaves the place, walking down the street. Then all of a sudden there's this attractive black woman, mixed black woman. And he grabs her and he's like, you know, you got to be careful. And she's like, why? You just got to be careful. And he didn't say anything. And then they get married, they have kids, and years go on. Years, they have little babies, and they're happy. 20 years or something. And he's trying to profess his love to her. And he's been drawing what he saw all these years. Beautiful drawings, beautiful clay creatures. And she's shaking her head no. And he opens up the box, and it is the gargoyle that attacked him. And she was like, what is this? He was like, well, you know, the night that I met you, I feel like we have to come clean. So the night that I met you, I saw this. And then he showed her all the drawings. And she's just shaking her head no. And he's like, what? I love you. I just want to show you. And I'm getting dude, I got goosebumps because it's that good. He's like, and then all of a sudden she stands up and then wings come out of her back. And then her face. And then the children turn into like baby gargoyle humans. And it's crazy. And she says to him, I told you to never say it ever again. And then he said, I thought you loved me. And she said, but I love you too. And then she killed him. And there's a message there. You're with somebody for so long. Do they really need to know that secret? Is that something that is so important to your relationship? Do they need to know that you were a man at one time? Unless, of course, you're on the premise that you're going to have babies. Why do they have to tell you that? You don't tell them all the shit that you did.
Isn't that only fair?
You never go. No, but that's not true. You never go over all the other relations that came before it.
Absolutely. That's what I'm saying. It doesn't. What do you need to know that for?
But what does that have to do with other relations that came before it? It's just
history.
Being honest. It's just being honest. Oh,
I used to be. What happens with honesty? You would be together with this person forever, based off a lie, right? And what happens with honesty? This is why people don't tell the truth, Matthew. Because what happens with honesty? It hurts. You feel betrayed. You leave. She was better off lying.
Well, if she,
What's the gain by her telling you the truth? She's not going to get to keep you.
You knowing the truth from day one,
but then,
and then
she's going to lose you.
Yeah, but then you can decide: do I want to go through with this or not? And
right,
you know, willingly yes or no.
But the idea is that she's being honest with you, and you want to hear the truth, so you respect that and still stay with her. Otherwise, I'm just going to fucking lie to you.
See, no. That's
the truth isn't worth the loss.
No, it's not. You built this up for that story is 20 years. You have children. He said never fucking repeat this. Why did she need to know? You idiot. I get the argument being truthful, but the argument is truth shall set you free. Oh, no, it'll set you free, all right.
It'll hurt you.
And you're not basing your relationship off a lie. I do not agree with that. I do not. Because that person in their mind, if they fully converted, truly believes that they are a woman. So it's their truth. It's just your lie.
But I think that's down to your personal way of thinking. You could maybe accept that. I don't know. Maybe Jordan could or it couldn't. Me personally, I would have a big issue with that. So I would like to know in advance, before on the first date or whatever, before anything grows out of it.
Don't you want to know that person, or do you only care that they have a vagina?
Well, I could be friends with that person, but I could never.
They don't want to be friends, Matthew. They want to suck your cock.
Nah, that's too bad then.
I think I'm very black and white on this thing. And I'm gonna go in a gray area. Rather, she keep it from me then.
Same. Don't even fucking tell me. I would start to ask questions though in Matthew's fairness. Why is this vagina never wet? Like, what is happening here? You're gonna make me feel. Now is when you come out and say, "Listen, just a heads up.
It's not
girl
you,
down
it's me.
yonder. Yeah, that's I don't have any glands. Now we're lying, right? Now I don't have any glands that create secretions. Why not? I was born with a deformity. Keep going. Okay. That can go both ways. All right. So you kind of told me the truth. I don't see.
What was the deformity called?
Yeah.
Penis.
No, not penis. An organ problem. All right. Okay. No big deal. We'll just use lube. When are you ever going to be put in that situation, for one, where you're with a trans woman and they tell you, I don't know, man. I would even be the dude that might give the penis a pass. I don't know. I don't know. I've never been put in that. Well, I've been put in that situation, but I was on drugs. I was 15 and I was already in the ass. So I'm not backtracking now. Quitters suck.
Finish.
Yeah, I think any man, drugs or not, you're already in. Fuck this, dude. Let's get it. I don't care. I look like those things on the desk where you drop a ball and it smacks each other. Getting the rhythm of things. You're already in. Who cares?
We're halfway there.
Yeah, we are. I don't know, man. I would rather you just not tell me, and we'll just go off the premise that you are a woman. That's it. That's how I feel.
Huh?
And Matthew is not changing it. It's a mental disorder, right?
Yeah, show some compassion.
Right? That's where I was going to go. You selfish prick. Think about their minds. Minds are fragile.
Yeah.
Maybe
and then you could use the argument.
And
then you could use the argument and say, well, think about my mind then. How much you're going to break me when, I got it.
Yeah.
Oh, not only that. Look at it smaller. The trans comes flirting with you, Matthew, and you just flirt a little bit back. Nothing comes of it. But maybe you made that person's day because you flirted back and she or he didn't feel like a dude.
We're not talking flirtation, because I can you can flirt with everybody. and
yeah,
you can
I
make
flirt with
everybody gay.
Matthew. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
So
that's
Yeah,
that's the
true.
thing. That's not a relationship, or not something that's long term, or that's. I
Mhm.
mean, and
sure.
if you want to know, it's gonna hurt me finding out later on. Hurt me
Absolutely.
a lot, because by that
Absolutely.
time I'm probably gonna be in love with you, or love
Sure.
you, or be whatever. So that's gonna hurt me more. So it's only that's my way of thinking. I don't. Everybody has his own way of thinking. My way is, you're gonna be hurting me, because I don't know. I can't live with a man in that situation, even if it looks like a woman. So if by you not being fair and not telling me up front, you hurt me more.
Okay, but
Yeah, I can see that.
there's one little caveat to that whole thing. You say that now, right? You say that I would leave. It would be unacceptable. It's just like Jordan says, if Sniffles cheat, he would leave. You don't know that. You just
I
assume
have
that's
no
what
proof.
you. Right. You would assume that love might be so fierce. You're like, okay, I don't care. We just buy more lube. You know,
Could be.
yeah. You don't know. You just go based off of
what
you know.
my mindset and how I see it, or what
Sure.
I
Sure.
think
Preconceived
would be
notions.
my most logical reaction, or
Sure.
would be, I'd kick it out or leave myself. I
Kick it out.
wouldn't be able to live with it.
Kick it out like it's like a
And it's not
random
like I have
rat.
a problem, like because in the case of Blair White, I can respect her.
Mhm.
See her,
Yeah, absolutely.
because looks like a woman, even
Yep.
though it has a penis. Looks
Talks
like a woman, acts
mannerisms like a
woman,
woman.
mannerisms,
Yeah.
everything.
Aren't
She
I the
does
one? Hold on.
all she
Aren't I the
can to-
one? I don't want to take credit here, but aren't I the one that put you on to Blair White when you were very anti-trans about 2 years ago?
No. You were also. It came up at some time.
Mm,
I don't know where or when, but
mm,
I think I found something and told
mm,
you, and you
mm.
went like, "Oh yeah, you have to look at more of that stuff and look into it and whatever."
Have you ever
And
watched
then
Blair Black?
no,
Oh,
not the
the
no,
Blair
not
Blair
that thing.
Black
No.
is better than Blair White.
Better.
Yeah, yeah. It's the other side of Blair White, like white and black. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Transgenders always seem to come out because that's like the new topic. You know, that's going to be that way for the next 15 years. All right. So you want to continue to watch this? Sure. Why not? Let's get it.
Trans solidarity, and then also just
What a mouth
being
breather.
super straight is the all lives matter of sexualities. It's not a real sexuality. It literally is just something that's made up to make fun of trans people and to hate on trans people. So, yeah, super straights, I don't respect you and I don't respect that sexuality. Bye.
So everyone has to respect your identity and your sexuality, but you're not willing to give that energy. Speaking of keep that same energy, like you said, keep that same energy respecting other people's sexuality. Like, the voice was so grating, and the mouth breathiness, and the, hey guys, if you don't date me, you can't start back. Like, I can't.
So you got to be careful with this because that's ad hominem. That's
that's
like
ad
me
hominem.
with the guy. Yeah, it's like me with that dude where he was eating a fucking apple and it took him 25 minutes to eat an apple slice. You got to be careful. We're gonna move past that.
Like, if here is again a trans woman that it's not about looks and it's not about how far into your transition you are. However, I think here's my message to the girls. Let's set up a rule that until you're like at least a few years into a medical transition and a social transition and people start actually calling you.
Okay, hold on. I got a problem with what Blair White is saying. I don't think you have to wait a few years. If you already look like a woman, some people don't need medical surgery to look like women. That
Agree.
There are very feminine men out there. And they're not gay. They just okay.
you she when you go out in public, just keep your mouth shut. Because no one needs, if you're listening on audio, this is another just bowl cut, mustache, no female qualities.
Wait, mustache?
Shadow, 5 o'clock shadow.
Yeah, you see it a little.
Whatsoever. Running his mouth about how lesbians have to like penis. Let's listen.
Hi, I just don't want to attack you at all, but I think it may not be the best approach to give anyone a pass on the reduction of someone's body down to their genitalia. In this case, obviously the dominant image of someone who is a lesbian is someone who is not interacting intimately with phalluses in any context, but that is...
Look at the play on words this freak is doing. It's about phalluses now. And I already know the argument's going to be like, well, they use, phalluses and like toys that are shaped like, okay. The argument is that they don't like men. And they don't like penises. And they don't have to.
That is also not true. There are artificial phalluses. There are silicone phalluses. There are organic phalluses. All of these things are things that lesbians can interact with.
Yeah, because they like the feeling of penetration while not liking penises. That's it. I just cracked the code for you. I hope that makes sense to you. I'm sure it doesn't. I don't blame any lesbians who look at the trans community, or at least segments of it, and are like, wow, these are literally just dudes pressuring us to have sex with them. How can any lesbian look at this person talking and not perceive this person as a dude pressuring women to have sex with them? Any rational lesbian would do that, would look at it that way.
I also think that trying to frame it in this way is not super helpful, because again and again, I think it's important to establish that trans women are not asking for access to, specifically trans lesbians are not asking for access.
What's a trans lesbian? So that's a man
that's
trying to be a woman that wants to be with a woman.
Yeah, that's the whole thing.
So straight. So straight.
Yeah, sign up. Yeah, thank you very much. That's the whole thing. So you're a man that can get laid. You claim to want to be a woman. Then you want to be together with a woman.
Yeah, that's.
And you even want the lesbians to.
Yeah, I'm siding with Blair White on this one. I'm sorry. I'm gonna 100% give her a pass. So you're not a trans lesbian.
You're straight.
I don't think you could be trans gay or lesbian. I think you could be a trans man or woman. If you're trans gay, well, gay could be both gay men or gay women. So you could be trans gay and then like the same gender that you were born with at birth, or what your body is. That's my take on the trans. If you have a full-blown vagina and boobs, you're a woman. I mean, you gotta look. And if you've done that, obviously your face looks like a woman, right? You're not gonna get those before you start working on your face, right?
If that
have you ever seen an unattractive, fully trans woman?
By fully, you mean
everything, boobs and vagina.
Yeah.
No, because they would have face, right? You would have. I want to look this up, but I won't on stream because I know what my search is going to give me as a result, and it's not the same thing that Twitch or YouTube wants to see. So the people in chat may want to see it, but now we're going to have to look that up because I want to see if there is someone that is, and she's not even full blown. Blair White just looks good. It's that simple. It's your mannerisms, the way you talk, your nails are a little fucked up, but other than that, you're very attractive. Absolutely. I can say that. I could even look at a dude and say if he's good looking. It doesn't bother me. Like I don't.
Yeah. But the whole idea of the trans lesbian thing, like it on that thing on the side. I mean, I could go. You can be wanting to be a woman, brain in the wrong body, let's say, and you feel like a woman, want to be a woman, And then, like you said, if you transition completely and you then love women, okay.
That's a good one. I like what you just said. I want to work off of that. You said the brain and the wrong body.
Oh.
Okay. Let's go into this. Ooh, this is good. So if the brain is in the wrong body, your brain says you're a woman, and you see yourself as a woman. When you look in the mirror, this is wrong. No different than a fat person looking at their body and saying, ooh, ew. You know, me when I get out of the shower. Oh, shit. So then is it wrong that they want to be a woman if that's what their brain sees?
Nope. Never said that either.
I didn't say you did.
But
still a mental issue.
The real cases of that, that's gonna be a very, very low percentage. With people having a really more female brain stuck in the wrong body, they exist.
Do you think that was the question? Okay, do you think, without it being, I'm going to try to say this word right, a mental anomaly? Shit! A mental anomaly, could it be possible? Yes, right? Intersex.
Yes.
Yep.
Intersex. This
Yep.
is proven.
Mm-hmm.
Proven in science.
Yes.
But usually intersex does not like to be in the same bracket as a transgender. No. Because they can't control it, right? This is what my body decided. So I think that gets a pass. I think where we have a problem is where, let's just say Jorn wants to be a woman.
I think
that's
it
what
comes
that
back
person
to
wants. Go ahead.
Oh, what I wanted to add, because you actually made a great point, Jay. You look at yourself. I look at myself in the mirror. It's like, I could stand to lose some weight, look better in shape, better muscles, bulkier.
Sure.
What does that require of me?
Work.
Yes, and that's the problem I'm having. You can't just put on a little bit of eyeliner, put on a wig. Ha! I didn't shave. Who cares? You have to kill me. You have to call me a whatever name I choose now. Now I'm a female. You have to put in the work. I have no problem calling Blair White a female.
Okay, but is that fair, though? Let's think about this. Is that fair? Because there are unattractive women out there. There's many unattractive women that we still call women because you played the part. You might not be very attractive. So what if you take a trans...
is key.
Sure, but let's just say you have there are women that have men qualities, though. Men features. Look at Bree's shoulders. Mm-hmm. She has a great body, but she's built like a fucking linebacker. Okay. So I mean, her shoulders, bro, are bigger than mine. Maybe that's why her clit's so big. But, if, like, her frame, her upper frame, not her upper, but her, shoulders up, whatever, shoulders are manly. So a woman could have man features in their face. That doesn't make them a man. You just resemble a man.
Mannerisms. Yeah, but mannerisms.
Yes, you could pick that up.
Key.
Yes, agree. You could teach yourself.
But then we go back. But then we go back to the biology of the body. Not talking the brain. I'm talking biology of the body. Is it male or is it female?
But not only that, Matthew, I've had
You're saying body outside or inside or whole thing?
The whole thing.
That's not fair, bro. I don't think that's fair, because if their brain is telling them one thing, regardless of what is in your body, is fucking irrelevant.
Yeah, but you said an ugly woman.
Right.
If she's a real woman, she's still a woman. A real biological woman.
Sure.
So it can be perceived as such.
Okay, you're getting technical. I'm not saying real versus fake. Like, Bree has fake boobs.
But
that doesn't make them less.
But Bree is a woman.
Right,
yeah, but I have a counter argument for that. But when maybe the broad shoulders, but the facial structure, and then specifically when she walks around or talks, all of her mannerisms, that exclude the shoulders. Because you do an add up of all the things you perceive, and then you go, well, it's a female. And I've had it because I do customer support as well. I've picked up multiple telephones. It's like, okay, this is dude. It's actually a woman. Okay, so you're a heavy smoker then. But the problem is now I made a mistake assuming a certain thing, and now I'm a phobic thing, which I'm not. I'm not out here trying to hurt someone's feelings. My brain is going to help me to make a decision and go with that. And if that's not the right decision, that's not on me. Make it more clear that what you are is what I need to perceive. I need to perceive a certain thing, then put in more effort. I don't know what to tell you. It's not on me. You have the problem. I don't have the problem.
And that's what you, and then you get the entire letter soup, the LGBTQI plus whatever, because everybody wants his own letter in that sequence.
How come straight people aren't in that bracket?
Nope.
Because we're abnormal.
Yeah,
but
we're the normal ones.
Okay, but if we're the abnormal ones that are straight, when, let's just say, the I, who typically does not like to be in that soup alphabet thing, when they don't like to be in that, but every one of those are unique, right? The lesbian, the gay, the transgender, every one of those are unique and individual. So straight should be in there.
Yeah.
Isn't it about unity, or is it about diversity? Which one is it?
Excluding.
Well,
it's one
okay,
thing.
but then it's unity amongst everybody else. Then,
yeah, against.
It's unity of minorities against the masses.
So it's diversified.
Well, unity.
Well, the enemy of my enemy is my friend. Kind of.
Hold
like
on,
that.
we say unity, but I know for a fact that most regular, old school lesbians or gay men, they don't like the entire LGBTQ stuff.
Sure. Yeah. There is that case. I find it interesting that, man, it's such a tough argument. If someone's brain is telling them that they're a woman, then they're a woman because that's who they are. That's their brain.
But then you can also throw.
That's like saying that someone that's
really
schizophrenic.
Something.
Okay, but that's like saying that someone that's schizophrenic is medically diagnosed. They don't think that they're schizophrenic, but someone else tells that they are.
True.
But they could be normal to everybody, to themselves, and everybody else is crazy.
Sure.
But that goes back.
That doesn't make that wrong, though.
But I don't think it's a discussion of wrong or right.
Because if it's really the brain that's structured like the brain of a woman, that's something you can prove. That's something you can see, take pictures of, whatever. You can measure that. But
yeah, and you can measure the pelvic bone. I get it, but we're not looking at that. We're looking at the outside of the person. That's the argument. Mm-hmm. I think that if a trans woman wants to be a trans woman, do your conversion, and then now you are a woman. There is no more trans in the beginning of it. It is gone. You can't transition your whole life. That's my problem.
How many of those do you think, what percentage or whatever, if you take 10 trans people, how many of those really think that they're in the wrong body? And how many of those are trans trending?
Yeah, you're going to need more than 100 or 10. You're going to need probably 10,000 or 1,000. The number's going to be way too... You're not going to get anything out of 100. You'd have to get... I'd say out of 1,000, you might get 5 or 6.
Yep.
Maybe 10.
And then
maybe.
And then
so that
add on top of that, how many people want to share that story?
Yeah, that's 10 people having a legit issue, which should be helped or whatever, but the other 90, they should go into therapy because that is a mental thing.
Helped? Why should it be helped? You said they should be helped. Why should it be helped? If they perceive that, why does it need help?
No, I mean, if they perceive to be that way and they're really not trending, a real person with real issues, the brain thing and ever.
Sure.
Of course, help them out, help them transition to a woman. But those are, I don't think those are the people who are gonna be, I'm trans. No, they want to be. They feel like a real woman. They want to be that woman. They're not gonna be playing the trans card, in my opinion. They're gonna shut up about it. They're gonna be happy
I can
that
see
they
that.
finally look the way they're supposed to look in their minds. But then I'm only talking about the few people that really have that issue, not the trans trending people.
All right, let's continue this video. I feel like we're all going to turn into transgenders as much as we talk about it. Keep talking about it, you're going to turn into one.
To cis lesbians' bodies. That's not what we're doing. We're asking to be taken seriously in our identities, which is as
By saying that lesbians have to like penis if it's attached to a trans woman? I can't. This person is sitting up here with a mustache.
Okay. that's a
Talking
little
about
bit
take me seriously as a lesbian.
I don't see the mustache.
It's just like it gets to a point where it's like, what? I can't.
as a lesbian.
Okay, I see it a little. I see a little bit there.
To be able to comfortably attend lesbian events, all these sorts of things. Which some events I have and I've been comfortable. Some events I have and I have not. That's just kind of how it is.
That's your bad. If I forced myself into a bunch of events from people who were involved in nuclear fusion, and I didn't have anything to do with nuclear fusion, I don't even know what that is, I would probably feel uncomfortable too. If you were really a lesbian, why would you feel uncomfortable? The problem is you. The problem is no one around you. No one's probably ever been brave enough to tell you this in your life. Women don't owe you anything. They don't owe you anything. They don't owe you sex. They don't owe you viewing you as a woman. In fact, no one owes you that. No one owes you that.
I think it's important to note that while I know many lesbians who've had very bad experiences with phalluses because they didn't know they were lesbians.
Okay, we have to skip this because this is you're talking about a moot point. You're talking about lesbians obviously don't like penises. It's so crystal clear. I don't know what the discussion is, honestly. I don't even know what they're talking about anymore. It's in the definition. Lesbians like women with vaginas. You don't have one, so therefore you're unaccepted. That's all.
Not dating trans people is not a preference. Not dating blondes is a preference. Not dating people who are, I don't know, shorter than 5'6" is a preference. Not dating people with brown eyes is a preference. Being trans is not a specific characteristic.
See, that's what I was saying earlier. It's not.
Excuse me? Being trans is not a specific characteristic.
Do they have a vagina or a penis?
Then what is it?
It's.
But then again, to these people, it's just some abstract concept that means nothing and everything at the same time. So that makes sense that you wouldn't think it's a specific characteristic, but it...
Do you guys get what I'm saying? What are we talking about? A trans that is still transitioning, or are we talking about a trans that has a vagina?
They haven't defined it, so how are we supposed to know what it is?
They both.
Okay.
It very much is. It's very much a distinct part of what someone is, who they are, the role they play in society, their appearance, their fertility, all of it. And Amber, I can tell this person isn't trans. This is just a Sarah
woman.
coming up, taking up for trans people. If no trans person has said this, I'll say it. No, thank you. We don't need you. We don't need you, Gretchen. Don't need you to speak for us. Don't need you to speak for me. Making things worse.
Thus, you can't label.
Gertrude. Gertrude.
as a preference. That's just called bigotry. No one's forcing you to date trans people, but don't cover up your discriminatory bias in the name of preference, because the logic doesn't.
Everyone discriminates when they date. That's what dating is.
Yep.
But then again, these people typically be like poly, pansexual, this, bi, that. Like, maybe the disconnect here is that these people will fuck anyone and anything that comes their way because they can't really get anything. So they'll take anything. So they just assume anyone else will take anything too. Most people, if you wake up and brush your teeth and have a job and wash your ass, have at least
Nice.
a decent pick of who they would like.
See, that's the man side. That's the man side of Blair White. Yeah, that's not a woman. A woman wouldn't say that.
Like to date. Have a few parameters, you know? Have a few conditions. Doesn't mean they're picky, but have a few things on their list of like, has to be this. And for most people, a penis or a vagina is on that list. I always say, not wanting to not date trans people is not transphobic. In my case, it just means you have bad taste, because who the fuck wouldn't want to date me? But, you know, it is what it is. Carly, please don't speak for us anymore. We don't need you. Go home. Talk about what you want to talk about, like Bath and Body Works, the recent Starbucks cup you bought. Speaking of, isn't this one cute? I'm officially unleashing my basic. I'm holding up a pink Starbucks cup.
Oh
Nah.
my god. Oh my god.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
The best for last.
All right, I will let you ask this question in the way that you really
Oh
want
my
to learn.
God.
So I will explain all the ways
This person looks
that
like a ghost.
it is okay. Let's say that you're attracted to women. Well, if
Those eyebrows, though.
you're attracted to women, then you're attracted to cis women, trans women without bottom surgery, and trans women with bottom surgery. If you're attracted to VJ, then you could be attracted to a cis woman, a trans man without bottom surgery, a trans woman with bottom surgery, or a non-binary person, which, depending on their...
I'm not even following. This person is just like literally a freak. If you have to convince people to be attracted to a certain thing, there's an issue. And it's weird. Like, and people don't talk about this, but it's like, I don't know. If anyone was in my face trying to convince me, well, Blair, if you're attracted to men, that must mean you're also attracted to little people who are men. What if I don't want to date a little person? Not that I have anything against them. My best friend's a little person. But it's like, no. Being attracted to women doesn't mean you're attracted to all kinds of women, even if you include trans women in that.
Even the armpits on Blair White looks like a woman.
And I'm sorry, I don't think the fact that you're trans is the reason you can't get a date. Look at you. For audio listeners, it's like I've never seen someone look more ghostly. Like, is this person actually alive, or am I hallucinating?
See, ad hominem. You got to be careful with that, man. You got to be careful with that. You got to attack the issue at hand. I learned that the hard way by a TikTok ban. I learned that the hard way.
But yes and no.
What?
Well, and maybe not on the internet, but in real life, everyone gets judged in a split second just because they're a general appearance. So just because they don't say it out loud doesn't mean they don't think it.
I agree.
Question: would you, if you, let's say you go into a restaurant or a bar, would you approach a person that's totally out of your taste?
No.
Wait, say that again.
If so, you go into a bar or whatever bar, restaurant, and there's a woman sitting at the edge of the bar or whatever, and she's completely different to what your taste in women is. You really go like, ooh, no, that's everything I don't like in a woman. Would you approach her?
And do what? To like knock the boots?
Yeah, to
No,
have a
of course
relationship.
not.
I could see maybe maybe knock the boots if you're drunk or whatever. Let's leave that. But you wouldn't give her the light of day, would you?
I mean,
If this dude would be behind the bar, I would leave. I would find another bar.
I'm in the wrong bar. This is the Blue Oyster. I'm looking for the purple clam.
No clams in here.
Pussy is bruised, bro. All right. What's this? What's this other one you sent me? Is this Blair White again on TikTok? I think no. Allie Harding. Okay. Let's see what this one is, and then we'll call it after this. What do we got?
Say this all day, every day. Men are way more attracted to women who give them peace than they are to beauty, money, fame, status, anything. Let me explain. And listen, I know the majority of the people that follow me are women, and some of you might get a little bit offended by this, but it's just the honest fucking truth. A lot of women use the "we don't care what men want, we're gonna be who we are, and we're gonna talk about our feelings." Whatever. You can say whatever you want, but then you can also wonder why you're not in a relationship you want to be in, or why you always pick the assholes. How all of your exes are toxic, but you refuse to look at the way that you act, or the men that you're picking. Because some of you bitches be crazy, okay? I read my DMs. I know how it really goes. I will tell you that men will be attracted to having a peaceful woman over having a beautiful woman. Quit trying to be beautiful. Just be a
Let her finish.
peaceful fucking place. Let them be honest with you. Let them play their fucking video games. Let them go out with their boys. I just feel like women want to control shit all the time. They just want to control, control, control. And men feel fucking confined. Like they feel like they're in a straitjacket all the goddamn time. And then you wonder why they're uncomfortable. They start going behind your back or doing weird shit. Because women refuse to look at this part of themselves too. Sometimes you bitches be crazy. And it's okay because we're working on it. But listen, you have to hear it sometimes. Because just try this, women. He wants to go out on a Saturday night with his boys to the bar. You just go, "I hope you have so much fun. Babe, you look so good. Go out."
That would be that. There's so many comments I have for this video.
Have so much fun. Make it stress-free for him. Watch how fast he fucking comes back. Guess what? He's gonna go out with his boys and he's gonna be like, "Damn, my girl made me feel real good. I just want to get back to her." Men love peaceful women. They just do. They're attracted to peace. And they can find someone that can finally just be peaceful for them, and it's not just someone nagging and bitching at them all the goddamn time. Yeah, they're gonna want to stick around. I know men have their faults, and they're kind of pieces of shit sometimes. This is just a video for the women to tell you that you're kind of pieces of shit sometimes also. Okay?
Okay. I have a lot of opinions on this.
A lot of women use the "we don't care what men want, we're gonna be who we are, and we're gonna talk about our feelings."
I agree with that. We all agree with that?
Yep.
Okay.
Whatever. You can say whatever you want, but then you can also wonder why you're not in a relationship you want to
We all agree with that.
be in, or why you always pick the assholes. How all of your exes are toxic, but you refuse to look at the way that you act, or the men that you're picking. Because some of you bitches be crazy, okay? I read my DMs. I know how it really goes. I will tell you that men will be attracted to having a peaceful woman over having a beautiful woman. Quit trying to be beautiful.
That's where I have a problem.
Yeah.
That I do not agree with.
That's exactly the point of the video, but I was like, and I want to know what Jay says about this.
So I would rather, would you rather? I would rather have someone that is attractive, not super hot. Let me use her word, beautiful. I'd rather have someone be beautiful and a little naggy than super hot and doesn't nag at all. Because if you don't nag, I don't know what to fix. Maybe nag is not the right word. Complain. If you don't let me know the things that are on your mind, then I don't know what is bothering you. Now, that might be a different trait that I have as a man, but I genuinely want to know what to fix to make us better.
But there is a difference between nagging and letting you know something, right? Talking with your husband or your man, like, "Oh, there is this. And that I think there is a difference between nag and conversation. You can still let somebody know what you feel or what's going on with you without
Agree.
nagging.
Right, but so she's going the extremes then. But she said beautiful. She didn't say super hot. So you're saying an adequate level because you have ugly, right? You have she's all right. Then you have she's decent. I'd fuck her, and then you get into the hot mode, super hot, knockout. Okay, so but her argument is she's using a baseline beautiful. Maybe I'm taking it that she means it as hot. Okay, she's using a baseline beautiful, and then you're doing the extreme level of nagging. You're not going to find something that is what she's talking about. I don't feel exists. I mean, if it does, I've never seen it.
What I take away from what you said is not the extremes, maybe, but like more. You could have a woman that is a little less beautiful. So she's not a 9. She's not a 9. She's only a 7 or an 8. I'm not saying dog ugly, but you can have a woman can be a little bit less beautiful when she gives you peace when you come home after work or whatever, and she does the things she needs to do.
What do we base the beauty on, the face or the body? Because you'll find a lot of that in bigger women. And
the overall attraction depends on the person, right? What do you find beautiful? What does somebody else find beautiful?
Yeah, I don't know. That's extreme gray area for me. What she's saying.
Just be a peaceful fucking place. Let them be honest with you. Let them play their fucking video games. Let them go out with their boys. I just feel like women want to control.
I will say this though. If a man loves his woman and she makes him happy, the likelihood of him wanting to go out with his boys and not bring you is probably going to be pretty slim.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I agree.
I will put that out there. So I would invite Brie to go hang out with us, and she'd fit in fine. She'd be a little quirky or goofy, and I could still hit on chicks with Brie there. I do it. You guys hear me say it all the time, like with Danielle last night. I'd fuck her. I'm very honest with Brie. And would I do it? No, because it wouldn't hurt her, but I'd think about it, and I'd say what I said. And I think people need more of that. But I disagree with that, thinking that people, she should want to go out with you. But if you said I want to go by myself, Brie would be like, she would probably be upset, but she wouldn't bitch. And I think a lot of women do nag because they want to be one of the boys, but you can't.
Yeah, impossible.
Agree?
Different mindsets altogether.
Sure.
But then on the previous point that she was trying to make, I perceived it also a little differently than you guys. Is that now we live in a world where the emphasis is on the outer shell, and you could be a completely horrible human being with horrible standards for living. But if your exterior is good enough, you can now collect as many bodies as you want. So there needs to be balance. And if it tips one way, you usually have a person that's completely unstable, irrational, and that behavior is now tolerated because the outer shell is so beautiful.
Agree.
That no man or other woman, is going to go against it.
This is where I am shallow because I am that. I would take the beautiful woman that is a horrible person because I'm going to nut in 30 seconds versus having to wait.
But wouldn't
7 minutes.
If you have to pick one of the two, Jay, wouldn't it be easier to not?
Well, we're talking
ugly.
extremes though. You're talking extremes because you're saying a horrible person that is super hot or a super ugly person that is super friendly. I'm going to go with the hot chick.
But what would be easier to fix, though?
Easier to fix, like to train them?
I think it's going to be easier to turn the ugly one into a good looking.
Yeah, how's
break
that
down
with
years of.
I don't know. I would. Well, yeah. I mean, we're talking two extremes. You're trying to get someone to lose weight versus get a horrible person to change their mind. I find it's easier to make people change their mind than to make them lose weight.
But are we talking just having sex with them? or
No, I think we're
long,
talking about
long
being in a
time-
relationship.
Yeah, relationship, and we're not talking about changing the mind. You're talking about changing the personality as a whole.
You could do that. You could do that.
Okay. Then you, as the guy, have to be worth it as well.
Of course. And she's got to really think that you're, the catcher in the rye. You got to be the good treat, that you can't get anything better. So that's manipulation. I think you could train the hot one more than you could train the big one. My opinion. My opinion only. My experiences.
Yeah, you could do it. You could do it. You probably
Look,
could
I'm just
do it.
saying, if you knew
accepted
old Brie and you know new Brie, you've seen Brie get snappy. Old Brie would not do that. So if you surround yourself with good people, good things will happen. You surround yourself with fat people, you won't end up skinny. That's all I'm saying. that's all I'm saying. I mean.
So what you're saying is we need to find thin friends, like skinny friends, and this will
Yes,
solve
and I don't know. Look at them eating lettuce, and I'll be the guy ordering. Just give me the meat out of yours, and you can have all my vegetables from mine.
Let's trade.
Yeah, I don't know. This is a good video.
Bullshit all the time. They just want to control, control, control. And
with that video, another thing is, if the man isn't allowed to go out, and it should also work both ways, because then if she goes, I'm going out with my girlfriends. No, you're not.
Agree. It should be reciprocated both ends.
Yeah.
And men are supposed to be more acceptable to a woman going out with her friends than women are supposed to be with men.
Which is worse.
Yes, agree.
Most of the time.
It's worse. I agree.
men feel fucking confined. Like they feel like they're in a straitjacket all the goddamn time. And then you wonder why they're uncomfortable. They start going behind your back or doing weird shit. Because women refuse to look at this part of themselves too. Sometimes you bitches be crazy. And it's okay because we're working on it. But listen, you have to hear it sometimes. Because just try this, women. He wants to go out on a Saturday night with his boys to the bar. You just go, I hope you have so much fun. Babe, you look so good. Go out, have so much fun. It gets stress-free for him. What?
Man, I've been with a lot of women. I have been with a lot of women. And I have never in my life had a woman tell me, you go have fun. I'll see you when you get back. You, Matthew?
Well, the one said I could, but then the minute I did, she went like, oh no, I'm not jealous. You can go out. And yeah. And she wouldn't want to show it. But then you notice afterwards that she wasn't that happy with it, actually.
Uncomfortable.
So,
Sure.
yeah. But then I think it's worse, maybe misogynistic, but I think it's worse when women go out with we're going on a weekend trip or whatever with the girlfriends. That's just,
man, women, no offense, bro. Women are toxic when they talk to each other. You get a better man than that. You get a better man than that. You know you're worth more than that. What the fuck are we talking about? I've never went out with my boys like, yo, your woman. Yeah, you might make a joke, your pussy whipped or this and that. You make those jokes. It's just men jokes, right? It's just a part of being a dude. But women, towards women, about their current relationship, talk about judgmental. Oh, my God.
And you're really going to say it's a good idea to put a group of 5, 6, 7, whatever women in a club, have them drink and be surrounded by men that are horny and just want to do anything to get into that?
They're going to be doing this. They're going to be doing this. They're going to be flirting. You're going to be flirting with that.
And they
don't do that now. Don't do that. Yeah. That's
and then they hype up each other, right? Because then the most beautiful of the group gets more attention. So the one that's less beautiful is gonna do more other stuff to be interesting or to get attention from the males. Go even further, maybe. It's not a good thing.
Yeah, that's no good, man. That's no good.
You always say if your girl hangs out and her girlfriends are sluts, for no better words, are sluts and they're all single, don't let them go out with them, because that's
But I
they're
think
gonna
that's the same
screw
point.
up that.
That's the same point for the men. I think that comes naturally.
No,
Like
I
what
don't. No,
Jay
I
just said.
disagree. And I'm going to be a hypocrite. I think. Well, actually, I'm going to side more with the woman here. If a woman goes out, like if I went out with a bunch of dudes that were single, if I'm happy at home, there could be chicks dancing on my lap. I'm okay with that.
Yeah, that's more a
Now,
man.
No, no, that's not what I was trying to get at,
Okay.
Jay. In the sense that you said, if you're happy at home, you're going to be less likely to want
Absolutely.
that. And I think it's the
Absolutely.
same for women. Why do you need a girls' night out? You're happy at home,
Because
so that part
men
of
and
you is
women,
done. No,
but
the
men and
party time
women
is
are
over. You're now
different.
happy at home.
A woman is all about the attention. Doesn't matter.
Then I have a weird one. Mine is broken then.
Yeah. But and also,
I have to get a new model.
Like,
This is mine's outdated. Firmware is bad.
if you look at it, men versus women, women control access to sex. Men don't. Men control
100%.
access to long-term or
100%.
marriage.
150 fucking percent. 150%. But men allow that. Men allow that.
Yep.
True.
You
True.
allow that. That just like if it was the roles reversed, the woman allows that. A woman goes to bed, I got a headache. You don't got a headache. You were just partying with your friends. The hell you talking about? You got a headache. Coming in here with your panties off. Where were you at? You know,
The Advil is on the nightstand, honey.
Yeah, no. Nope.
You went swimming? You smell like chlorine. Huh?
No, that's bukkake. I'm sorry. That was breakfast. You had chlorine tablets for breakfast because your breath be smelling like a hot load right now. That's love. That's love. Snowball me. Give me a kiss. Let me taste. I know that taste anyway. It's Johnny from Delilah's Den, isn't it? I know that.
Oh, I know Johnny. Good dude.
Is everything coming up all right? Yeah, it looks like everything came out all right. Got this white film on your teeth. Just go ahead and scrape that away. Some chunks in there. Yeah, rub it in. Put it on my face all nice like.
Ever crawling over the floor, leaving a snail trail?
Love it. Don't sit on that ottoman. Don't sit on that. That's a brand new ottoman. Yeah, and that's cloth. That's not leather. That's going to seep in. I don't want it smelling like all those dudes from the club.
She stands up and
that's
makes
an
a
open.
noise.
I don't know how anybody could do those open relationships. I could never understand that.
It never lasts.
But there's people that are married for 20, 30 years and they're swingers. How can you stand going to a party with a bunch of dudes and a bunch of chicks and everybody just bangs your wife? What?
I have a theory about that. I have a theory about that because swingers would only work if the man and the woman get equal attention from other people and equal sex with other people. Because, let's become swingers and you get nothing and she gets ran over by the entire swinger club every time. That's not gonna last.
I'm too insecure then. I'm just not willing to have 5 guys waiting. Having a waiting line.
And you're just sitting there by yourself, playing with your shit. Anybody got a fresh dick here?
You're
can I
doing
get a 10?
so good, honey. You're
That's
doing
it.
so good, honey.
Let
Keep
me help
going.
push. Oh yeah.
Let me get behind him since I can't get anything.
Well, you can go a little deeper. Let me assist you.
Don't tire.
No, I don't think that's the same thing, Drew. I'm a cuck. I would love to watch Bree knock the boots with another dude, or watch another dude and get off on it, even on a porno. That's a cuck. When you're talking about you and your significant other are fucking other people aside from each other, that's no longer a cuck. You're a freak show. Like that's No, that's totally different. Totally different.
I couldn't do both, to be honest.
Yeah, you say that. But have your girl rub her purple clam for a little bit without
That's
you.
a little different.
Not
That's a
really,
little
because she's
different.
getting off without you. And her eyes are
True,
closed.
but
It's
that's-
not really that different.
It's a little bit different if you see like a Zimbabwe going into town. This going in and out.
Just experiment
and just
with her. Give her a toy. See if she gets off on that, and see what that does to you. I bet you. Oh, dude, I'm gonna beat that dildo up. I'm gonna cut that thing in half.
If you start hearing those familiar noises and you see the eyes start to glaze over and the toes start to curl, you're gonna want to be in there.
Yep. Say it louder. We agree on something, Matthew. Yes, sir. Yes, sir, bro. Yes, sir. That's you say no. It doesn't matter if there's a dude attached to it. What I tell you what you know what where it does get weird, where it does now we're getting into sexual where it does get weird is when they start kissing.
Oh yeah, I can see that.
Because now I'm gonna go limp. I'm not interested anymore. Now, nope.
Oh, that would make me more jealous. That's more.
That's what I'm
intimate.
saying. It makes you more angry.
Oh,
no.
yeah.
Yeah, no. Nope, I don't like that. I don't like that. Nope. I got to tell you guys a story about the other night, but I am not going to talk about it here. It was pretty odd. Yeah, we're going to talk about it another way. All right, I'm going to go eat lunch and then go do these bike videos. Guys, I thank you for joining me. I absolutely love every time we do these reactions, and then it kind of spurs into something else.
Yeah,
You're my
always a
Belgian
pleasure.
buddies. Okay. As always, I will see you guys later. I'll let you know when I'm going in the other channel. Thank you all for watching. Stay beautiful.